Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the September 2022 reading for the zodiac sign of Aries. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as the meaning of tarot cards, of course. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post future videos. But let's go ahead and jump in and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close, so last few weeks or month. Column number 2, we're going to take a general look at what's coming for September. We're also going to do a money column, a love column, and in the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We're going to do 3 yes or no questions as well, a crystal of the month for you, and a healing note. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump in and get started. Again, column number 1 is what's wrapping up and coming to a close, Aries. We have the card Potential. I really like the Potential card. This is about moving you to your fullest potential. Oftentimes there's like a triggering event that pushes you towards this potential. But again, overall a good card. This is again moving you to meeting your full potential. Let's take a look here though and see what messages we've got. In column, our first card here is the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is a very patient card. This oftentimes indicates new job, money, raise, some sort of money news, but definitely very much so a card of patience. So these last few weeks or month could have really tried your patience, first off, Aries, but it could have been like you had to keep waiting to make this move to get to this more money. It just wasn't happening yet. The next card that we have is the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is an interesting card and one I really like. If you look here at the bottom, the 8 of Cups are stacked very nicely, but yet this person is walking away from them still. When I see the 8 of Cups, this is the energy of going from good to better. So we're leaving our 8 of Cups that are stacked so nicely, and we're pursuing something even better. This is that card of withdrawal, retreat, moving on to the next big thing, Aries. At the bottom here, we have the 7 of Wands. The 7 of Wands is a card of self-defense, feeling like you have to protect yourself against competition. If you see this person, they're standing on top of the hill. They have one sword, and then there are these 6 other, or they, have one wand, and there are 6 other wands at the bottom of the card, like trying to hit them off the hill. The nice thing is again, this is the energy that's wrapping up and coming to a close. So we're leaving this position of feeling like there's competition or feeling like we need to defend ourselves, which is a good place to be. All right, taking a look at our first clarifier on top of the Page of Pentacles, we have a Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is very active. It's new project, creative idea. With both page cards here, there's something new coming in, new money, new project, new activity. And again, it's this thing that you've been waiting so patiently for. But I really like this combination of new energy brewing. I have a feeling that this very closely relates to that potential card. Again, that pushing you forward to your potential. There's so much newness here right on the cusp. And then we have, of course, the 8 of Cups saying that we're moving towards it. The next card that we have is the 3 of Pentacles. The 3 of Pentacles is a card of teamwork, collaboration. This is about doing quality work too, but don't hesitate to collaborate and ask for help and utilize your skills and the skills of others as you push on from this good to better opportunity with the 8 of Cups. I don't feel like you're doing this alone. I feel like there's a good support system there. Then at the bottom here, we have the 6 of Swords. The 6 of Swords, I realize looks a little gloomy, but this is a card I actually really like. If you look here, their head is they're facing away from us, their heads are hanging down, and their sword's stuck in the boat. But if you look at the boat is moving in a forward positive direction. So you have two cards that are saying good to better, good to better. The Six of Swords can also be a card of physically moving or relocating as well. Now let's take a look at our next column though, Aries, which is just in general what's coming for the month of September. We have the card Time. Time is an interesting card. This is a card, sometimes it's like it feels like everything is falling apart with this card, but it's not. And this can be an indicator sometimes too that things are taking too long. But with the Time card, it's like now is the time to take the action. Now is the time to go through the transitions. But let's see what messages come through here under the Time card. All right. The first card that we have is the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is a card of mastering your craft, enjoying your employment. This is definitely the work smarter, not harder card. So do be thoughtful of not working too hard this month. Again, if you can do it in a smarter way, work smarter, not harder. The one thing I love about the Eight of Pentacles, though, is this is a card of your hard work paying off. So when I see this, I just know that you've been heads down, you've been working hard. Now is the time for it to pay off. The King of Pentacles is actually going to really closely mimic that or kind of echo that message we just talked about. With the Knight of Pentacles, this is being reliable, being patient, being hardworking. But this is another one of those cards, when I see it, I know that your hard work is going to be paying off, Aries. So you have two cards in a row saying that. And to this point, you've likely been patient. You've almost been waiting for it to pay off. And then at the bottom here, we have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is a very intentional card. It's very strategic. Be very thoughtful in the decisions that you make going into the month of September. Set intentions behind your thoughts, Aries, and be very strategic in what we're asking for and what we're hoping to accomplish. But this is a good long-term card. I feel like you're kind of like right at the top of the hill here. You're about to realize you're at the top and reaching your goal that you've slowly but surely just been chipping away at and pushing forward to. The King of Swords is also a card of seeking professional help. So if there's something you're working on, don't hesitate to get professional help. I like to throw the example out here. It's a super basic one, and it likely won't resonate, but it gets the point across. Let's say you're having car trouble, Aries. Well, go to a mechanic. That's that seeking of professional help, professional support is there. So we like going to the professionals with the King of Swords. Let's clarify this card though and see, or this column, and see what other messages I can give you here. The first one we have is the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is a card of being very studious, being very hardworking. Again, there's no doubt that we have been chipping away at this. You have two hardworking cards paired on top of each other. And I actually want to circle back to the Eight of Pentacles, the meaning of enjoying your employment. Definitely make sure that whatever this is that you're doing this month, Aries, is something that you're enjoying. It's going to be so much more successful if you're actually enjoying what you're spending your time doing. So keep that in mind. But lots of hardworking cards going into this column. So if I could give you any message, I guess it would be work hard this month. The next card that we have is the Knight of Pentacles. For those of you that have watched my readings before, you know I love, love, love when this happens. We have the same card on top of each other. This is the world, this is the universe being saying, I said what I meant. So very clear message here. This is about continuing to be reliable, continuing to work hard, and even be a little patient if needed. But hard work, again, is the message coming through in this column. And then at the bottom here, we have the Strength card. The Strength card is a good card to have really anywhere in the deck. It's a card of self-love, unconditional love, respect, but also more so, this is a card of courage with the lion on there. And this is about taking the plunge. This is about going for it. This is pushing forward. Now is your time to have the courage to get done what you want to get done, Aries. Now let's take a look at our next column though, which is anything related to money. So think job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, really anything that you associate with money, Aries. The first card we have is the Three of Cups. This is a card of friendship. This is about having a circle of support. But this is also a celebratory card, which I love to see. So something related to money or job or career that's going to be celebration worthy going into the month of September. So we love to see that. The next card that we have is the Temperance card. The Temperance card, similar to what I was just saying with the Courage card, it's one of those ones that I really truly love to see anywhere. It's a card of balance, harmony. I feel like work-life balance could have been out of whack, your finances could have been out of whack, but this is everything coming back into balance and that peace being restored and that harmony being restored. So really looking forward to seeing that for you. The next card that we have is the Three of Wands. This is another card of teamwork. For whatever reason, teamwork keeps coming up, and using your resources and asking for help and using those to support you around you. You do have that friendship card, that circle of support, and another teamwork card. So in terms of money or career, leverage your resources this month, Aries. You'll be glad you did. This is also a card of travel, so definitely some of you could be doing some traveling going into the month of September. But let's clarify this column and see what other messages we've got here. The first clarifier we have is the Hermit. The Hermit is about going within for clarity. If you take a look at this light in the lantern, that's the light that's within you, Aries, and this is about making sure you're on your personal quest. You're fulfilling your needs here, that you're doing things that feel good for you. And I feel like this celebration, this victory is confirmation of that. We're like at a point where like, aha, yes, like this is something I want to be doing. This is something I'm passionate about. It's that kind of celebration of doing the things that make you feel good. So it's much more than just a celebration that's coming this month in September. We have the Eight of Cups again. This is that wonderful card we were talking about earlier about withdrawing, retreating, moving on. Again, if you look at the bottom, the Eight of Cups are stacked so nice, but yet the person is moving on anyways. We have lots of transformations happening this month, lots of changes happening this month, it seems like, Aries. So kind of just trust this transformation and that it's taking you to the right place. It's taking you to a place of balance and harmony. It's taking you to a place where you're feeling fulfilled, that you're feeling like you're doing things that feel good to you. And at the bottom here, we have the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is a very nostalgic card. It's a very innocent card. Again, that three of Wands card is a card of teamwork, and I feel like there's almost like a protector type energy that's coming through with the Three of Wands. So not a bad thing. Like you're kind of in this innocent state, but you have a circle of support around you, protecting you and pushing you forward. And again, this is a card of reflection. So this is reflecting and being able to move forward because of it. Now let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to love. So think family, friends, relationship, children, really whatever you associate with love, Aries. Let's see what we got here. The first card that we have is the Death card. Anytime I get the Death card, I do like to call out, this is not actually a card meaning death, but it does indicate big changes, endings. This is time to move on. I feel like for some of you, there's a relationship we just quite haven't gotten over. September seems like a pretty promising month to move on, to let go of these past incidents. This is that transformation onto something bigger and better. The next card that we have is the Hangman. The Hangman is a very stagnant card. If you look at this card, this person is quite literally hanging there by their foot and they're feeling stuck. But it's interesting because once we get out of this place, then we're in the position of new beginnings. So we need to get ourselves unstuck. We need to, I think, fully commit to this ending, fully commit to this death so we can move forward in terms of love, family, friends, relationships. But we're going to be stagnant until we're truly ready for this transformation and this ending. And at the bottom here, we have the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is very self-sufficient, very honest. I feel like I do see a lot of you moving forward single, which isn't a bad thing. I'm sure there are many of you out there in happy, healthy relationships. But it's like You're choosing this ending, and I see you coming forward. This is also a card of being honest, so you may need to be honest with yourself, Aries, that you are still stuck on this and that you need to go through this transformation. Let's clarify and see what other messages I can give you here. The first clarifier we have is the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is a card of rivalry, challenges, obstacles. But the interesting thing with this card is if you take a look, they're fighting with wands, they're not fighting with swords. So it's again those kind of small bumps in the road. I feel like for some of you, you don't really think that you're being held back, and in reality you are, so hence why you're here getting this message right now. But again, this transformation, this ending, it does need to happen. It is holding you back. It's causing these bumps in the road, whether you feel it or not at this moment, Aries. The next card that we have is the King of Cups. The King of Cups is a card of being very supportive, being very tolerant, being very empathetic. I feel like you are supporting yourself. You're overcompensating again without knowing it. But you're in this stuck position. The best thing that you can do for yourself here is support yourself. Do this healing that needs to happen so we can get away from that kind of stagnant hangman type energy. And then at the bottom here we have the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is a card of self-imposed restrictions. If you look at this card, this person is blindfolded, their arms are bound down, but there's all of these swords stuck into the ground right behind them. So this person can very easily wiggle back and cut themselves free. This is, again, not even knowing that you need to go through this transformation. You're, in essence, restricting yourself by not going through this healing, by not going through this transformation. So make sure you do it. Make sure you're very, very honest with yourself about what needs to happen. And again, this is very self-sufficient. So this is going to be healing, I think, that's driven by you, Aries. Now let's take a look at our fifth and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guides. We have the card Formation. This is things kind of coming together, something new forming for you. Let's see what messages we have, though. What information I can give you here. Of course, you're going to have another transformation card. I feel like we've hit that message home. But going back to the Six of Swords here, this is again that necessary transition. This is moving forward in that positive direction. It's that transformation that has to happen. Some of you, again, could be moving or relocating, but all of the pieces are coming together here for you with that Formation card. The next card that we have is the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is very much so a love card. This is a romantic love. This is a card of partnership, proposal, marriage. There absolutely could be new love on the horizon for you too. There's some really great love cards coming through. But this, again, could be family, friend, relationship, love, proposal, marriage. But super strong love card when we see the Two of Cups. Followed by another really good love card here with our Knight of Cups. This is like our knight in shining armor. This is Prince or Princess Charming. Very romantic, very proposal-like as well. I do feel like there's some new relationships coming in or advancements of relationships. So some new love forming as well. The first clarifier we have is the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is a card of feeling of apathy and lack of fulfillment. But the nice thing is this card is paired on top of the Six of Swords, which again, that's going through that transition that's moving us forward. So we're going to be moving away from this place of lack of fulfillment or feeling of apathy to this much needed, necessary transition. The next card that we have is the Hanged Man. Love was stagnant. We talked about that, but it seems like as soon as we process what's going, new love is coming for you. Conveniently, those are even side by side, love columns and hangmans here. And then for the second time today, we have the same card on top of each other. Again, you know I love when this happens. We have the Knight of Cups on top of the Knight of Cups. So this is again that Prince or Princess Charming, knight in shining armor type energy. Very romantic, very proposal like. So definitely some new love forming for you through this transformation. Now, Aries, at this time, I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use the Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. But for question number 1, we have the 7 of Hearts. This is the number 21 card. This is going to be a yes. Question number 2 is the 7 of Spades. This is number 25 card. That's going to be a no. And question number 3 is the 9 of Hearts. This is number 16 card. That's going to be a yes. So you have yes, no, yes, Aries. We're also going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck, or excuse me, Healing Stones deck. So this is going to be a crystal to keep with you through the month of September. Your crystal this month is fluorite, which is good for order, structure. Can also help you say no, which I know for a lot of us is challenging. This gives you clarity of thought and a healthy egotism. And last but not least, we have our healing note. Your healing note says, even the darkest night will end and the sun will rise. Thank you so much, Aries, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, those subscriptions help me very greatly. If you feel inclined, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you again, Aries, and I hope that you have a wonderful September.